At Celte85 asks, about hashtag major questions. Do you think you will do them again? Great interaction, fun times, and insightful. Why yes, Selena. I think we'll do that right now. It's Max Major, and this is episode 233 of the vlog. It is a beautiful, sunny Monday evening here in Washington, D.C. I had to come up to the roof just to soak this in. It is absolutely gorgeous. I haven't done a Q&A in quite some time, so today, it's time for major questions. King Bart on Instagram wants to know, what would your name be if you were a girl? It turns out that my parents were actually going to name me Jessie if I were a girl. Jessie Major. At Cody Soto asks, if you could be a holiday, which one would you be and why? Hashtag major questions. At first I was going to say Halloween because it's my personal absolute favorite holiday. It's a chance for everyone to just be uninhibited and have some good old-fashioned fun. But the more I think about this, I kind of want to say New Year's Day. Because New Year's Day holds so much promise for so many people. In many ways, I wish that people could wake up every day and feel the same sense of optimism at the start of each day as they do on New Year's Day. And so if I could be a holiday, I'd like to be New Year's Day because I would love a chance to just remind people, not just once a year, not just once a month, not just once a week, but that every day is a chance for a new beginning. Jessica Love asks, what's your favorite power food? Coffee. Question coming in from Twitter, at ChalksTheMuse asks, what's the hardest thing that you do every day? Hashtag major questions. I think the hardest thing that I do every day is to unwind. Work is the easy part of my life. It's oftentimes turning off my busy brain, my busy mind, and shutting down in the evening and just relaxing. That is truly the hardest part of my day. For the longest time, I found myself just lying in bed, thinking about all the things that I had to do. One of the things that has helped with that, although I'm still practicing, is meditation. But definitely, the hardest part of my day is unwinding. Keith M. Carey wants to know, what is your favorite optimistic book to read? Currently, I am reading Life is Good, the book. I've recommended a lot of the same books on the vlog over and over again. Here's one I haven't mentioned on the vlog before. It's a really thin book. You can read it in literally an hour. It's called Who Moved My Cheese? In the line of optimism, it's sort of this idea that you have to notice when things in your life are changing in a way that some people might perceive for the worst, and reacting to that rather than just being complacent in the way that your life is going. So I would say check out the book, Who Moved My Cheese? Really simple book that spoke to me. At Mr. Mystic wants to know, hashtag major questions, do you ever get nervous before performing in front of a whole crowd of people? Mr. Mystic, nervousness is not something that I've really ever experienced in my life. Maybe very early in my performing career, I had a mentor. He was a magician in Westminster, Maryland, named Lou Palea. And before I went on stage for what I considered a big show when I was around 14 years old, sitting at the table next to me, he turned to me and he said, just remember, they all put their pants on one leg at a time, which is his way of telling me that everyone in the crowd was no different than me. And so in other words, why be nervous? And so I guess in part it was that advice, but also just the amount of experience I've had performing that's really prevented me from ever experiencing nervousness. I think when you're nervous before going on stage, it's for two reasons. One is that you're possibly not prepared enough. Preparation eliminates 99% of on-stage nerves. But possibly the other part is a fear of sort of judgment or failure. Something that a lot of performers grapple with is how others will perceive them. And so really it's just a matter of, through repetition, letting go of any sort of self-consciousness and just having fun and being in the moment while you're up there. At Jane O'Janey asks, hello again, hashtag major questions, your new TV broadcast, will it be televised? Question mark, will we see it in the UK? Jane, thanks for your question. I'm actually in the process of trying to sell the TV show now. So up to this point, I partner with a production company. We have shot and edited the sizzle, and right now we are actively meeting with major television networks. And so the next step in this process is to sell the show, for it to find a home on television. Luke Dancy is actually coming into town tonight because tomorrow we are going up to New York City for a series of meetings, which of course I will bring you guys along for. Regardless of what network it ends up with the way that media works these days, I'm sure you'll be able to find it on Amazon, Hulu, or Netflix, or somebody illegally uploading it to YouTube, so shouldn't have any problem watching it. Santa_Cruz101 asks, what made you get into vlogging? How did it affect your life? Originally, as I've stated many times on the vlog, this was about growth. Very quickly, it became about the conversations that I had with you guys, the audience. Took a little break from vlogging over the last couple of weeks. I've been at it for the last week straight, and part of the reason I dove back in head first was just that I really missed the conversations that the vlogs create. In the absence of posting a video every day, it got kind of quiet in my world, and honestly, I missed you guys. That's it for this week's episode of Major Questions. Thank you guys for all the fun questions. I haven't done this in a long time, and it was really great to just hear from some of you and to reconnect. As always, you can ask your questions anytime using hashtag MajorQuestions on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Snapchat. Maybe not Snapchat because those disappear. Send me your questions and I'll answer them. See you next time. Brian Wasser asks, can I have a free tour poster? Did you see what I did there? I did see what you did there. Earlier today, I announced that any person whose question I answered on this episode would actually receive a free tour poster. So Brian, you and every other person whose question I answered today will get a free poster. All you have to do is just send me a direct message with your mailing info, and I'll make sure we get that mailed out as soon as possible.